What's up, YouTube? First and foremost, shout out to Alien Army. Raise up, stand up, definitely hit the like button, and definitely drop a comment. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, you don't know what Alien Army is. Those are people that are rocking me heavy, rocking me tough by always hitting the like and dropping a comment. Really easy to do, and they're, of course, always subscribed. If you don't know what to put as a comment, an alien emoji, a thumbs up. I do respond to 99.9% of my comments. It's easy for me to do since I'm a small channel, but even if I get bigger, I got a system developed so that if you take the time to write me something, I'm going to take the time to read it and 99.9% respond. I'm going to jump straight into this video. I think it's like car update. Did I sell my car? So my car did not get sold yesterday. I'm going to talk about it. So I had got an appraisal from Carmax. That's who I was going to sell my car to. I also went down the street that wasn't very far. It was a car dealership. I wanted to see would they match that appraisal or pay me more. I didn't just say, hey, this is what they're going to give me. I was like, hey, I was thinking about selling my car and blah, blah, blah. Long story short on that, no, they weren't going to pay me what Carmax was. Carmax offered me more. So, of course, I would go with them, right? Excuse me. So I had everything set up. I went ahead and talked to my friend. She was the one that I've talked about before, who got me a hotel room that was a late birthday present. She was going to get it for me on my birthday months ago. However, that didn't quite work out so well. And when I eventually I'm going to have to give her a nickname because she does help me out quite a bit. I'm very close to her. I'm very close to her husband. Like I'm a family friend. I'm very close to her two daughters. She does help me out when she can, and stuff like that. I try not to overstep anything. That's one thing about me is I really do have a hard time asking anybody for anything. And normally the way I do something is if I bring something up, if somebody offers it, and if they offer it from a sense of sincerity, then I would take it. If somebody's going to offer me something, but then they're going to disrespect me or hold it against me in some way, then I would rather not have it. No matter how desperate or how needing I may need of that, it doesn't matter. Like, if somebody wanted to pay me $10 billion to spit in my mouth, there's no way, that money would change everything. But do you think I would let somebody do that? No. I have integrity and I have respect, and I can't be bought like that. Real quick as well, if anybody wants to show me love or bless me, my Cash App's the same as my YouTube name, AlienAscend. I'll put that in the description, and shout out to the donations that I've gotten. Thank you guys all so much, guys and girls. Thank you guys. Thank you all so much. I took my car to Carmax. When I got the appraisal, I found out that there was that I could sell it to any Carmax no matter what. That appraisal would be good for everything. I went ahead and went to my friend's house yesterday. I unloaded my whole vehicle. I kept nothing but a backpack. Well, I was going to find out where I was going to stay afterwards. I told her right where that Carmax is. Well, I guess jumping ahead a little bit. Please bear with me. First things first is where would I deposit the paper check they give me? Cash App could take up to 14 days with that large sum. If you don't remember, it was after paying what I owed on the car was $6,500. Is what I would have basically had a rough estimate. They offered me $8,000 and $1,400 and some odd, like a little bit over $1,400, but less than $1,500 would have gone to what I owe. I still owe my vehicle. With that being said, I would have got basically a $6,500 check, and I would have deposited into Cash App, but it could take up to 14 days. So first things first is, well, I probably should open a bank account. My credit's run pretty bad, so I did do that. Opened a bank account, and I was able to do it online. And then to finish some of those steps, I would have to still go into the bank and everything else. On top of that is I need somebody I can trust, where I can make them an authorized user if anything should ever happen to me and they need to use my card to help me out of a bad situation, or if I lost my card, or if something should, like if I get unalived, where's that money going to go? So of course I wanted to put her name on there as an authorized user. So that's what we were talking about, make you an authorized user. And that when I got the paper check, then at that point it takes 3 or 4 business days, not up to 14 if I used Cash App. So I opened that up. Next thing is after I sold my car, where was it going to stay? Well, I called, and that's her big concern was, and I mean, but it's my concern, it's my life, what I mean. So I called, and this is in a nicer area, where I would, basically, so you don't get confused. I went to one place to appraise my Carmax. Then I chose a place that was closer to where she lives because it's a nicer area. If I was going to stay on the street, at least I'd be around over here, you know what I mean? Called shelter places. they're at capacity, and of course there's not very many around here. Normally they're in very bad areas. This isn't a bad area. I mean, bad stuff still happens here, it doesn't matter, but it's not like where I would have been on the street, literally being on the street and sleeping in a bush. I did find that where that Carmax that I would sell to in this city, there was plenty of places that I could hide out and not get caught sleeping. And like there's like some big bushes that's by a freeway, there's an underpass, there's gas stations and some fast food places not far from there that I could walk to possibly charge my phone, possibly use the bathroom, things like that. So that's what I had in mind if worse came to worse. She saw me, I was at her house, she saw me calling these places and then formulating a plan. When I was doing that, she said, so she said it nicely, of course. She's like, hey, if I did get you a hotel, would you stay in it? And I said, yeah. She's like, if I did get a hotel, would you pay me back for it? And I said, so now, and I've never borrowed money from anybody. When she says that, I said, it all depends on the price of the hotel. I go, I'm not spending $100 a night. I'm not spending $150. I go, I need it to save everything. If I got to stay out on the streets until my money clears after selling my car, then that's what I'll do. I'll make it. It'll be okay. And I said, even if it's a regular hotel room, it would be way nicer if I actually had the abilities to cook a little bit, and maybe something like that could be cheaper. She found online a place that had a small little kitchen inside of it and stuff like that, and it had an online price and stuff like that. It was about $250 a week. She says, if I book this, when you sell your car, will you pay me back when your check clears? I said, absolutely. So she goes ahead and books it, and then when she books it, she says, hey, I still have to show my ID when I check in, but they've already taken the money. I said, okay. I said, well, I think it was like $254 to tell you the truth, $254 and some odd cents. I said, okay. I said, well, with a price like that's really good. And I said, so the game plan is that I go to Carmax at 2:30, sell my car, and that she should be able to pick me up at 3 o'clock. From there, go to the bank that I had made an online thing with, go to that bank to go ahead and see if they can issue me a debit card right then and there, but the app wasn't working on my phone and stuff like that. Like I was able to create a bank account and stuff like that, but if I went in there, I could go ahead and talk to them, and then at that point, I'd have the paper check. So I'd show up at the bank, ask them to put it in my account, also find out about adding her as an authorized user, then also seeing if they could give me a debit card right then and there, or how long everything takes. But that would be a lot faster and better than using Cash App and taking a picture of the check and waiting up to 14 days for it. Then from there, our game plan was for her to take me to the hotel, get me checked in, and also with everything I left at her house, she was going to grab the bags of food that I had left there. So all I had was my personal hygiene, my backpack, and some extra socks and some extra underwear, and a shirt and a pair of shorts. Like basically a bug out bag is what I had, with my phone chargers and stuff like that. So that was the only thing in my car. I go to Carmax. When I go to Carmax, there's an issue with my title. The title is not in the state that I'm at. It's the state where my car is registered, and there's a reject on the title. That's what the guy prints up, and that's what the guy gives me. And I said, how could that be when I've registered it here in the state? I go, my registration ends on Monday, and he says that I need to go ahead and either call my financial lender, or call the people that my car is in collections of. I said Monday is the first. That's when my car is actually registration is going to expire. Would you guys still buy my car then? He says yes. I told him what I didn't understand was on my appraisal it says I can go to any state. So where I'm originally from and where I originally bought my car, I said if I drove over there, could I sell my car there? He didn't have an answer. I said why? And all he said was it's illegal for me to sell. It's illegal for you to sell a car that you don't have the title for. And then I also said, well, and then he said if the title was in the state, that normally they would charge the $14.50 for a duplicate title. However, their particular store doesn't do that, but they would consider making an exception for me. But the first place I got an appraisal from, they said that they would do it no problem. So basically, they weren't going to buy my car. They gave me some information to figure stuff out, to see if I can get the title in my hands. And it being late Friday, what happened then was I got in my car, and I had to wait for my friend to show up to check me into my hotel room. Then at that point, she actually forgot my bags of raviolis, because when I saw my whole game plan is when I sell the car to Carmax, I don't need to be out there holding bags of groceries and my my tent or my rolled up sleeping bags. I don't need to have all that stuff. I can store it at her house, and that I just need a bag of my personal hygiene stuff, and then I can get the other stuff later. She can bring it over, or bring me my food and stuff like that. So I'm not out there in the parking lot looking all messed up, holding all this stuff and barely getting by. You know what I mean? Just a backpack, throw it over my shoulder, and be okay. She forgot the food, so I ended up having to get food, and I just the night before. The night before that, me knowing that the very next day, yesterday, I was going to sell my car, I didn't sleep very much. I was pretty worried about stuff, stressed out. I had a headache from hell the night before. The headache went away after I posted that video, and I struggled with it. So it did go away, but it came back, and it came back massive. It was like from the top of my head going all the way down my face. I also yesterday, all I ate was a chicken patty, and that was a frozen chicken patty I microwaved. Ate that, didn't have anything else. I couldn't really eat food. I was trying to get a lot of stuff done at once. I did have a lot of comments coming through as well. I'll talk about that in a little bit. With all that going on, and then still, I'm starving, and there's questions that don't make sense to me, and the guy's not answering them. He's just saying he can't buy the car, and I'm like, well, okay, because of that. He's like, because the title got rejected and the title's not in the state. And I go, well, what if I went to the original state? What if I went to a different Carmax? Nonetheless, I figured, and I told him the dude's name that I had talked to and got the appraisal from, and everything else from the other store. What he told me, and what he told me was totally different. He's like, we'll buy your car right now, dude. You show us a driver's license, and as long as your name's matches on there, that's all that matters. And I was like, well, I don't have my title. He's like, that'd be a charge of $14.50, and we'd get it for you. Around here, make things easy, and that made sense to me, Nonetheless, I did get that guy, the original guy's email. I've already sent him an email today, letting him know, is there anything you could do about this? This is what that location said. Would your location do something different? And also that my registration is going to end on Monday. Would they would they be like the other Carmax and actually still buy my vehicle after my registration expired? Here's kind of the good news. If I get pulled over after the 1st, I actually have a piece of paper that's printed up that shows that my title was rejected by my lender from actually sending it for when I actually did register my vehicle in this state. And I could tell them that I'm going back and forth, and maybe they cut me a bigger break, right? However, I need to sell my car, and I'm jumping through loops. Today is Saturday. Do you think they're open like that? You know what I mean? I did send that guy an email because of, I could call there, because I think they are open on Saturdays, but they are closed on Sundays. I could call there and talk to somebody, but what I would really like is I would like to have things in writing. So if that person responds to my email, I have it where it's like, hey, not only did he say this, take a look at that, you know what I mean? So that I don't end up wasting my time even more. So last night I really wanted to put a video out and inform everybody. When I got into my hotel room, I went and got food to go ahead and microwave real quick, and some chips. Did that, came back to the hotel room. When I came back to the hotel room, it was straight in the shower, and a little bit of chips, and jumped right on the bed and fell asleep. And today woke up much better. I was pretty out of it, how tired I was and how much stress I went through. So today when I took a shower, today when I got up, I shaved really nice, of course, brushed my teeth, of course, jumped in the shower. This is probably the best pressure from water pressure that I've ever had in a shower in my life. Like, it beats houses. So the best water pressure ever. Stayed hot. Water pressure wasn't just like really good, it was almost like too good, you know what I'm saying, which is, felt really good. Had a little bit of food, so went ahead and actually ate a good breakfast. Was thinking about the whole time thinking about okay, I gotta update AlienAscend, I gotta update YouTube and let you guys know everything. So that's basically where it stands with that. my friend, she's gone for the weekend on a weekend trip with her and her family. So if they told me that they could buy my car right now, I wouldn't even be able to I don't even have the money for an Uber or anything like that. I would have to walk probably about 12 or 13 miles from where I'm at, about 12 or 13 miles from the actual Carmax, and that's the closest one to me, about 12 or 13 miles. I don't even have money for Uber, so even if they said, hey, bring it in right now, Alien, we'll buy it from you, I don't believe that I can walk 12 miles in this hot ass heat, you know what I mean? I would, but if they told me that they'd buy it, I'd wait till Monday, you know what I mean? If they told me that, if they told me that it had to be sold right then and there, like they won't buy it on Monday, it had to be done today. What I guess I would do is do that, and then hopefully hitchhike, and I don't think that would work out very well for me. But if that was the only way, that's what I would do. But nonetheless, on Monday, if I can get things straightened out and stuff like that, and they're willing to buy my car, then I can actually have a little bit of wiggle room where, okay, if they buy my car on Monday, I can actually have her, come pick me up when it's appropriate for her, if it's feasible. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about some of the comments. So I'm not picking on anybody. One of the comments said that that I stole my car. That was literally the only thing I disagreed when I was like, I understand where you come from. I don't agree with all of it. I didn't steal my car. Okay, even though that I owe money and it's on a repossession list. There's already been a J-Val, or I'm not sure if I call him J-Val or Javal, but nonetheless, he already said, no, that's a civil matter. That's Alien didn't do anything criminal. My car is not stolen. In fact, I had gotten down to 2 car payments that was left on my car, and that would have been around $900, and I owe $14, so I have $600 worth of late fees. So I almost paid my car off, but minus 2 car payments. The rest of it is late fees. I owe a little bit over $1,400. It's a secured loan. You would get the same thing for a house. If you missed your mortgage and stuff like that, it's a secured loan. They would go ahead and evict you, or go through you defaulting on your payments. You know what I mean? It'd be some kind of transaction going on. Same thing with a car. Do I feel bad that I didn't pay it all the way off? Of course I do. Yeah. Out of everything with the credit card, I have a lot of credit cards that I owe bills for that if I had the money I would have paid. The one that always stood out the most was me paying my car off. I would be making it equal to them. I'm not asking for a settlement. I'm not asking to pay less. I'm not asking them to knock off their fees. If I could ask them that and the Carmax would pay it, then that'd be great. But Carmax had told me, if I do that, if I ask them for a settlement, I need that in writing, and I need them to mail it to me. And then I need to show them the settlement, and then that just makes it longer. I know for a fact I can negotiate them down from $1,400 what I owe my vehicle to $1,000. I'm not even going to do it. That's what, if you think I owe that much late fees for the inconvenience, and so did I sell my car? No. I guess I made a contract with them saying that I would always pay, and I'd pay on time. So I broke a contract. I didn't steal a car. But I'm sure that you guys already know that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. I want to thank everybody for their support. The game plan literally is to still try to sell my car. Find out on Monday when, or if I get an email, or if I get any phone calls today, find out on Monday. Well, not just find out on Monday. Call my financial company on Monday. When I call them, see if they're willing to give me the title or relinquish the title to Carmax, or however that shit works. Find out from the other Carmax place where I've already emailed the dude, have him tell me that store was just misinformed, and if they tell me I'm good to bring it over there to sell the car, then I do that. The only good leeway I have is if I get pulled over after the first, I'm like, look, dude, my title has been rejected. My financial company has not sent it to the state yet, even though I have registration for the state right now that's expired. For me to renew it, I would have to, I guess, jump through hurdles nonetheless anyways. I think they'd be more understanding. It's still a risk though. But what am I supposed to do if I can't sell my car right now? What am I supposed to do? I am smart. When people go, hey, how do you get through, I am worried about repo. I mean, it's $1,400. Do I think a repo man is on the prowl and trying to triangulate my location and everything else like that? Probably not. However, it is a risk. I back into spots and I take my license plate off. You know what I mean? And I let the hotel know that, like, hey, um, I don't tell them, hey, I'm on a repo list, because what if they called in and got a tip? I tell them, hey, my car is, the Honda Civic out there, license plate is off right now. I got to buy a new bracket for it. But if you need to know the license plate number, I'll let you know. They go, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I ask them, can you keep an eye on it to make sure nobody breaks my windows and shit like that? Like, is that a safe location? Sad. But I'm not just asking that. I can look around and know if it's a safe location generally. You know what I mean? Like, I have a good idea. In darkness and away from people is never good. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's going to break my window, it'd be better if it was parked right in front of the building quite a bit, or if it was in a spot that was, that other hotels are. They would hear something like that, call the cops or scream or maybe do something about it. Basically, make sure that it's okay. Don't need to make the video much longer. Hopefully I jumped into it very good. I did notice that I can notice when I'm talking, there's echo. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys. I turned the air off. I've kept my room really, really cold. I may do some other videos as well, showing me maybe cooking something in here or doing a tour. It's a small place, but it actually does have a full-size refrigerator. It does got 2 burners that are electric, regular bathroom, regular bed. I mean, the bed is, I think they said the bed was full. It looks bigger than a twin, but it looks smaller than a full. But I'm also thinking in the future maybe dropping 2 long-form videos a day on some days if I'm able to do that. Let me know if you think that's possible. Anybody who's got advice or suggestions, please leave that in the comments as well. I love hearing it. I know that it's not like you guys are telling me what to do. However, if you tell me what you think you would do in that situation, I'm going to go ahead and I'm open-minded to that. A lot of the good information that's gone on, with suggestion and advice, it's exactly what I'm leaning towards, and it does help me a lot out. Like, okay, wait a minute. So if I think this, and they're also saying that, then yeah, I'm on to something now. You know what I mean? And the whole game plan is not to sell my car and then blow that money on blackjack. You know what I mean? The whole thing is I need to go to a different state that has more resources. I do need to buy a cheap car, maybe for $3,000, something along those lines. I do need to stack myself up. The whole goal and the whole journey, if my only goal and my only journey was just to make myself not homeless, then my bar is set too low. It's to get myself, of course, out of the situation, but in a situation where I can help everybody else that is either about to face homelessness or they're homeless themselves. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I'm compelled to do. If all I wanted to do was not be homeless, the bar is too low. I would say that when I was a truck driver too, when somebody was like, "Ah, man, you wish you were better than me." Well, you know what? Like, nobody ever said that to me because I'm a good truck driver. But in life, when somebody would ever say something like, "Oh, you just wish that you were better than me." No, if I wanted to be better, if that was my wish to be better than you, then I got the bar too low, bro. What I want is all the way up. I'm in competition with myself. But I want to thank everybody rocking with me. Please drop some comments, and I want to thank you so much.